Evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Yes.
So, our second hot seat today is a story that every mid career professional should hear. You know why? Because many people believe career growth depends on timing, luck, or being in the right place. But today, Kiran will prove something different. During a major business restructuring, when many senior leaders were seeing their roles shrink, some were taking pay cuts, she experienced exactly the opposite. She was promoted, she received a salary hike, and was selected to join the company's most profitable venture, a move that even required approval from her global leadership. So let's really welcome Kiran on the hot seat.
Thank you.
Kiran, why don't you introduce ourselves to this community?
Okay. Thank you, Nutan ma'am. It's a privilege to be here. So, I'm a chartered accountant by profession with close to 18 years of experience across Indian and multinational organizations. I've worked across internal audit, controls, costing, financial reporting, and all. But to be very honest, the biggest growth in my career didn't happen in my first 14 years. It happened in the last 4 years only. For a long time, I believed that being hardworking, sincere, and technically strong was enough. I delivered results, took ownership, and stayed committed. But despite doing everything right, my career had reached a plateau. Looking back, I realized something important. Technical expertise gets you noticed, but it doesn't always get you promoted. I hadn't invested enough in networking, executive presence, visibility, or managing my career strategically in early years. That's when I decided to invest in myself and started working with Nutan ma'am. I'll again re emphasize that's when I decided to invest in myself.
So,
And
you
that
know,
decision changed my career.
great. So, that's what I want to ask so many people here, and I'm sure who are going to watch the recording, that many people believe that just being hardworking, sincere, being great expert in your domain is enough, and people will notice you and everything moves in their direction. But that doesn't really happen. There are certain things which are equally important, not just performance, but other things which we are going to find out as we continue to talk to Kiran. But while she was growing in the initial phase, came the most uncertain period in her company. Let's understand what happened, Kiran.
Okay, the organization was almost going through a turmoil, a major restructuring. The most profitable business was being separated into a new entity. In a way, it was a carve out of the profitable business, means an earning per share of an organization gets impacted, especially for a listed entity. I was working in the remaining business where there was immense pressure to reduce costs, teams were being reorganized, roles were expanding, headcount was reducing. There was uncertainty everywhere. Many people were worried about what would happen next. So it was unpredictable.
Absolutely. And most of the times when layoffs happen, people don't realize that there are certain people who get laid off. It doesn't happen with everyone. So when uncertainty increases, most professionals focus on what they might lose. I'm sure you focus on something different. What was the change in your approach?
Okay, so I'll start it not from there, from where I met you, like Jab we met.
Okay.
When I
Okay.
joined after, I always tell you this thing. So when I joined in my current company after 1.5 year of the career break, which is considered as a taboo in India, I knew I had to rebuild my confidence and credibility. During
Yep.
coaching, Nutan ma'am kept reminding me that my responsibility wasn't just to complete my work, it was to become valuable to the organization. So I focused on things that I had never consciously worked on before. I strengthened relationships with stakeholders, improved my communication, volunteered for critical initiatives, took ownership beyond my role, and whenever there was an opportunity to solve a business problem, I stepped forward. Over time, people stopped seeing me as someone who completed the task. They started seeing me as someone who could they rely upon.
Yeah. So I remember one conversation very clearly where I and you spoke, and I said, don't become indispensable to just one manager. You have to become valuable to the business. How did that change work for you?
Okay, this is not only the conversation which you do with me. I remember you always give this advice to everybody, whether we take it seriously or not. That advice completely changed my perspective. Earlier, I focused only doing my own job well. After that, I started understanding the larger business. I collaborated with different functions, supported leaders beyond my reporting line, all leaders across the organization. And people started knowing my name, knowing me from the security gate to the topmost MD. Everybody knew me. Tried solving problems even when they weren't officially my responsibility. That's when senior leaders started noticing me.
Yeah. So while all this was happening in the background and then the uncertainty came in, there came a moment that surprised everyone. Let's hear from you what happened.
So while the restructuring was happening and it was uncertain in everybody's mind, what's next? I was promoted and selected to move into the company's most profitable venture, which was the new carved out entity. I must have never dreamt of it that they will come to me. The movement itself required approval from the global leadership because it was outside the normal ring fencing guidelines. Instead of my role shrinking, my responsibilities expanded. Initially, I was offered in my offer letter the responsibility of only APAC region. Soon after joining, my scope expanded to EMEA as well. Along with that came a promotion as well as a salary hike. For me, it wasn't just another promotion. It was validation that the effort I had invested over the previous few years had finally come together.
Yeah. And well, it's not only APAC EMEA, you're also supervising US. So let's not
Yes.
forget that.
Yeah.
So it's across the globe that your presence is going to be felt. So many professionals in today's era go through this restructuring, uncertainty, organizational change. What is a piece of advice you would like to give them?
Okay. It's not my advice, it's your advice, which I'll articulate what I learned from you. So don't spend your energy worrying about restructuring. Spend your energy increasing your value. Business conditions will always change, and that's the new normal in every MNC or in any growing business or a big business or a big organization. Organizations will restructure, markets will keep on fluctuating. But if you continuously learn, build relationships, communicate your value, and solve business problems, there will always be opportunities for you.
Yeah, that is something which is so damn relevant, and you worked on that in such a beautiful way. So, Kiran, that I think is a very great change that I see in you from a
Yeah.
person who's really, I mean, chartered accountant. Come on, guys, a person who's in the very first stage of their education are above the rank of others. And that became your identity. It was all about the intellect and the knowledge. And today I'm so happy to see that change in you where you know relationships are important. So, guys, all of you here listening to Kiran's story, remember this. Her promotion didn't happen because the restructuring worked in her favor. It happened because she spent time preparing herself to create more value than the role demanded. So, the biggest lesson from today's conversation is this: the safest career is not the one with the most secure job title. It is the one where you're consistently making yourself valuable to the business. And that's exactly what I teach in the 5M framework. That's why I really chose very specifically, it was about reinventing yourself. If you're not doing that, you will get stuck. Building a career that continues to grow regardless of changes in the market, organization, or economy. So, while this story is here, there's one very important thing, Kiran, I would like to address people here, which I find in most women, especially. Men also do that. Women really think about this. They somehow don't believe in investing themselves. They want to keep having great results, a great career. When it comes to investing, they'll say, let my husband do the investing, not me. What did change in you? How did coaching help you?
Okay. So you very rightly called it out that many women hesitate to take that firm decision to invest in coaching. Even I procrastinated thinking whether I should or not. And I'm not sure today the person who helped me to take that decision is in this conversation or in this Zoom meeting. But I would like to thank her. She was my ex colleague in the previous company. She was my colleague, and she said, "Yeah, you don't even need to think of it, Kiran. Please go ahead." Yeah. And as you rightly said, I'm a chartered accountant, so we try to vouch for things and then we move ahead. That's little bad about us. But for me, that first step became the turning point of my life. Believe me, that's from the bottom of my heart, I want to say. Today, I see a completely different version of myself, both personally and professionally. My relationships with my peers and seniors have actually transformed, totally transformed, I can say. I can truly feel the positive impact of working on my soft skills, emotional intelligence, communication, self awareness. I remember a moment in the current listed company boardroom when I was stepping down from my role and saying goodbye to everyone with a small token of thanks for each member. The leaders became emotional and said, MD himself said, Baskar Pagli, ab rulayegi kya? The moment stayed with me because I knew this was never the earlier me. This change happened because I discovered myself and worked on myself with Nutan ma'am's guidance. My EQ has improved immensely. Today I pause before I act, react less, and let go more. The list of changes are endless, but when I look back at who I was and where I am today, it gives me immense happiness and gratitude. Believe me, friends, it's a different Kiran what it was 4 years back. So for me, intellect was everything, nothing beyond that. Today, that is one of the things is okay. Besides that, everything is equally important.
Yeah. So thank you, Kiran, for sharing this because today, in the age of AI, where information and knowledge has become so easy, available on fingertips, all kind of market research and whatever is happening in the world, you can just get it like that. The most important aspect is how will you be able to manage relations with your stakeholders? How will you manage relations with your team? How are you going to really establish that engagement with people across the globe? And that becomes very difficult because earlier we used to work in the same room under the same roof. Today that has changed, right? We are talking to people from different cultures. Staying connected and making the difference is what is going to be very, very crucial in this coming era of AI, which has already hit us and it's going to expand.